I've never known anything to be so confidence inspiring as riding the Mike Bears and then going back to normal tyres. I feel like a god. I mean, honestly, if you want to become better at riding bikes, get yourself some Mike Bears, ride them for a day and take them off again. Hello and welcome to another episode of Budget versus Baller. So we've got our bikes, we've put some questionable upgrades on, or at least in my case, to varying degrees of success, and today we are on to cockpits.
Yep, exactly. Upgrading your mountain bike can be one of the most fulfilling and rewarding processes as a mountain biker. You know, up there with hitting your first jump, hitting your first drop.
I mean, sorry, rewarding my bottom. Those tires, they pretty much nearly killed me.
Okay, yeah, maybe in your case, rewarding takes a different shape and size. For example, a lifetime of no broken collarbones.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly more existential type of mountain biking, you know, treating every day like my last, a whole new appreciation for simply not dying on the bike. But what have we got on the cards today? I presume you're gold plating your down tube?
Yeah, not today. Something similar though, we are tackling contact points. So that is grips, handlebars, stem, saddle, seat post, and pedals.
Well, without further ado, one of us is in for the time of their lives. You're probably going to be quadrupling the price of your bike or the value of it. And I'll be doing something to it. Everyone likes blue bars are good, right?
Good luck and Godspeed. Let's get installing.
So we're about to throw our parts on our bikes. We've got some nice parts.
Yeah,
I think,
we do.
You know, what is this, $9?
That was $9.
$9.
That's
worth every dollar. $85. What were these? These were?
Those are $20 handlebars.
So I mean, it's all pretty cheap stuff.
Yeah.
However, I need to make a little bit of a confession. So after riding the Mike Bears, I came to the conclusion that to test the rest of these parts and all the parts we're going to put on, it's going to be brakes, there's going to be suspension. I would rather do that with good tyres.
Yeah.
Then when it comes to the end of the series, I'm going to put the faithful Mike Bears back on and I'll do my timed run on the cheaper tyres. However, I think to give these a fair account of themselves, we should do it where at least we have some grip. And this is what we do with normally testing, you know. On our field test bikes, we want control tyres to help us discern the subtle differences more.
Yeah, exactly. There's any ride you go on with those Mike Bear tires.
It's going to be dominated by, yeah. You know, which is probably, it's not going to show how great this $8 stem is.
Yeah.
$9 stem, whatever it is.
It's gonna be good. I'm gonna get started here. We're just gonna get right into it. These handlebars have seen some better days. One thing I'm really excited to get rid of is dropper lever. I know I could have changed the cable, but you know, it's not the ethos of the series here. So every time I went to go push the dropper up, I'd just slightly cut into my hand a bit, get some metal shavings in there. So we're actually ditching the wire entirely. I've got a very nice dropper post to put in.
Beautiful.
So how much was your stem again?
The stem was, I think it was $8 or $9.
So mine's like 250.
No.
Yeah. And then my handlebar, 170, as opposed to your 20.
The corky grips.
How do they feel?
They're actually really good. Maybe not really. They're actually perfectly adequate. They're not very long. If you've got, like I like to have my hands quite outboard, so for me they're great. But I think if you want them more inboard, you've literally got the place just to fit a hand in there.
But $12, man.
$12, such good value. Yeah, I think the corgi grips are all right by me. So about to put my Zoom seat post in. How much was this, Jace?
$85.
$85, so nearly $1 a millimetre of travel, which is a pretty good deal. It's quite heavy. I'm assuming it's got literally a mechanical spring in here as opposed to an air spring. It is externally rooted. Right, how can I make this look the least crap as possible? That's what I'm going for. I'm going to go non-drive side down there, and then once I take the shifter off later on, I'm then going to subsequently route that back into there.
These are the first pair of grips I've ever ridden that came with instructions. Oh man, that saddle looks like the definition of comfort.
It is. It's actually, it's got a nice hanging ornament that's staying in there. The alloy is so soft. She just...
Uh-oh.
It will come up at some point in the ride. I think that'll rattle loose.
That is one grip. I'm setting it in what Rev calls the medium setting, so we'll see. These claim to provide some damping, so eliminating some trail vibration. So between my carbon rims, my carbon handlebar, potentially my carbon stem, I'm not sure what that would do, and these grips, I should be riding on a cloud.
Beautiful. That's a solid feel. You know it's good when it has play from you. That's...
You just gotta tighten it up, man.
It doesn't reach. It's gonna have to be along the top tube. That's a speedy return. High quality product.
Is it speedy?
Yeah, actually, it's not that bad. It's quite a lot of work to get on the old lever. Slash, there's no real return. Add some tension. Impressive. Impressive. Kabam, kabam. Whoop-a-cha. Oh.
That is beautiful. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get on with these grips. But that's a sign of this is gonna be a nice install, or a big upgrade, I should say. Just blow right through. That dropper has seen better days. It was incredibly rough.
Did I get this pedal out?
No.
Yeah, it's completely... So I might have to wait with both pedals until we get new cranks. That pedal, basically, the left or the non-drive side of the bike has inverse third seat pedals. I think the previous owner has, well, they basically completely mashed the Allen key interface. So what I'm gonna have to do is run odd pedals for today until later episodes when I get a new crank set. You could get that out, but basically I don't have the toolage. To be honest, we have the timer filming, and yeah, it's in there. It's great. It looks different looks for different places, you know, different angles. It'll be fine.
Dude, I think it looks good.
I think it looks
good.
It is what it is.
The external routing's a shame, let's be honest. But
yeah, it's more that pedal I'm pretty miffed off at. Because are you getting a wireless drivetrain, do you know?
I am.
So yours is going to look absolutely decked, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 It's not going to be like this.
No. Dear God, no. No. I can't ride that.
No, no, no. It's a bit haywire.
All right, now we have the saddle that I'm surprised doesn't just float away. It might sway like...
It's nice.
It's nice. Carbon rails, $280.
$280.
Something like that.
Feel free just to leave all your stuff on the floor there, Jace. Don't worry about it. Yeah, honestly, it's fine.
Oh, baby. A good indicator is if it's maybe not comfortable when you're sitting on it here.
Well, mine's very comfortable. I don't think I've ever been so comfortable in my life. This is like...
You have the lazy boys of bike saddles there.
Look at it. It's so voluminous. There's so much saddle. Bam.
Oh. Well, it appears the Hulk was the previous owner of this bike, because those are tight. Nothing like a fresh set of pedals to really set things off. All right. I reckon that's a bike.
Yeah. Actually, look, it looks all right. To be fair.
Surprisingly.
It does. It looks pretty good.
I just put over $1,000 of parts on this thing.
It does look kind of more expensive. One less cable, nice pedals, swanky handlebars.
It feels good now, like the pedals, yeah, that's good. All right, Henry, it only cost me $1,500-ish, but I lost almost a pound of weight off my bike.
Almost
32 pounds, 2 ounces.
That's like $100 an ounce.
Yeah, something like that. But who's counting?
Yeah.
What are you sitting at?
I'm at 33.6, which is a bit heavy, but we have reinstalled heavier tires as well. So that weight will hopefully come down when we put the Mike Bears back on at the end of the series and take another weigh in. But I think it's gonna be a lot better bike to ride, and I'm excited to see how it goes. Should we get back to the trail?
Let's head onto the trail and do some riding.
So we've come back up to the top of Hybrid, which was the scene for some nearly very big crashes of the day. How's that fork feeling?
The same, if not worse.
But you have got loads of other new parts on your bike. Pedaling up the road, Initial impressions, do they fit?
Initial impressions, everything feels quite good actually. The dropper works fantastically. It's so nice to just have that instant engagement, especially compared to the old one. The seats, I'm on the fence at the moment. It's a little uncomfortable, and it's got all these pointy edges on it that keep catching my shorts.
Mate, I've slept on sofa beds firmer than this thing. This is so comfortable. I mean, it looks good as well, right? It's got the relief channel for the old fella. I think it's great. I mean, one thing I would say is that this dropper is not very long at 100 mil. And so what that means is, in my efficient pedaling position, I got the cable routing correct. But now that I've given myself some clearance to get this thing in between it, yeah, it's looking pretty messy.
But how's the lever actuation? Because your old one, it was like completely rubbed off on the coating of the post.
I mean, both are horrible in different ways. The previous one was kind of, you know, grindy, and this is just feels so, you have to like return it by your own thumb.
Oh,
and
no.
It just feels, I mean, it's fine, it was 80 something bucks, but you can tell. But not everything else, the grips are great. The logo looks mysteriously similar to ODI. I can only assume that was an accident.
Totally.
They're going to be kicking themselves. Oh no, people are going to confuse us. But no, apart from that, everything feels all right.
Well, let's turn things downhill, because all we've done so far is climb, and put some, you know, stress testing on a couple of these parts. There's some big compressions, rooty stuff, all that.
Mate, that's all right for you. You haven't got the $8 stem.
No, I got a $300 stem. All right, let's get into it.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no ever gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move.
Oh, the seat. Oh, the pedals.
Better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, stress, shield my greed. That's how I get it. Success ain't no giving. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous. Down, wonder when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. If I'm out of my pocket, Houston, we got a problem. I ain't perfect, let them watch me. Elevating, got them noxious. Cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the house and woo. Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Woo. Watch out, set it up. Bet you I shut it down. Watch out, get away. I don't think they really wanna come against the winner. Got a finger run up in on a grenade. I ain't never been there when you think you compare. I'm a line, but the winner about the cage. I need all the wins. Yeah.
So we made it back to the car. Today has been a bit more successful, would you say?
I totally agree. Yeah, I think we both rode more confidently. We're clearly getting more used to the bikes, and the bikes are getting better, I think.
Bikes are getting better. So if we talk through the bike, starting at the front and moving backwards, let's start, you know, the bars, stem, grips. How did you get on today?
Yeah, overall, definitely a massive upgrade. I think the particular shape of this bar fits me a bit better. I like the shorter stem. The rev grips, maybe not the most ideal testing situation. You know, I think the claim to fame there is high-speed chatter. We're not going crazy fast through those woods. It's wet and slippery. So I didn't notice the inherent benefits. They just felt like grips.
But in, you know, middle of summer, full runs through Whistler, maybe it'd be a different story.
Maybe, but for $90, I don't know.
But look at it this way. You've gone to Bike Park. You're there for a week. I'm not saying these, if they did help in that instance, and you're getting really bad arm pump because you're not used to it from running that stuff back home, for $90 you'd be like, oh my God, $10 a day or something like that, and it's gonna make these grips far better.
Totally, and maybe you have like arthritis or pain in your wrists or your hands when you ride. Could help there.
It could help, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to always test these things.
So are you saying you'd spend $90 on grips? Are you happy with your?
I think these grips I'm in they've been fine. I mean, the thing with grips is, if you don't notice that they're there, they've kind of done their job in a way. You know, I mean, with the front of this bike, this stem and bar, dimensionally, it's fine. Like you touched upon, a lot of it is personal preference anyway. So there's no point me saying this is the perfect or the bad shape because it might not suit you. I think dimensionally they're fine. They don't have much back sweep, but that's not so much of a problem. I would say though, the thing that would concern me is how long these things are gonna last. Because if you tacker a wheel, or something bad happens at the back of the bike, it's one thing. But anything that is basically going to act as a very effective brake in your face going forwards scares me a bit.
You're saying you don't trust the integrity of a $9 stem?
I don't.
Okay.
I mean, who am I to say? I mean, brand recognition can be good and it can be bad. I'm not saying the Mighty Duty are not a reputable brand, but I'm just saying that for me and how I think about my safety, I would like a little bit more.
Honestly, I would go your grips.
Yes, absolutely.
My bar and stem, for the exact same reason, the integrity. I need to know that this is going to stay together when you're hucking off the crazy stuff, when you're riding hard, maybe doing bike park, got to trust it more. Yeah,
totally. I think peace of mind is very, very valuable. But how about your seat post? How do you go with that?
Honestly, I loved it.
It is nice, isn't it?
It's so nice.
It's very well
executed. It was so easy to install, so easy to set up. I was basically done in under 5 minutes, and now with the longer drop, I'm able to get the seat lower, which on the downhills helps out, and on the climbs, it's just right there when you need it.
That Axis seat post is really well executed. I think it's a super good bit of kit. And the saddle though, you said that you might not be quite so happy with that.
Yeah, the saddle, it just goes to show you can spend all the money in the world and still get a very uncomfortable saddle. Unfortunately for me, saddles are so personal. They're so personal. So, take this with a grain of salt, but for my body shape and my thighs, it just didn't fit. It was a bit wide, so I always found it tagging the inside of my legs. And then just the overall shape, it's not super comfortable for my behind. Well, let's chat your dropper and seat as well. So you got the 100mm Zoom dropper, $85.
Yes.
How's it working?
I mean, for $85, if it probably is going to come down to your stature as much as anything. If you only need a 100mm drop for $85, because droppers can get horrifically expensive, it is really good actually. It works. I mean, it's heavy and it's not the most elegant. It's got the lever feel isn't very positive, etc., etc. However, I think the value is really, really impressive. The saddle, I mean, I think the dropper isn't so much of a problem. The saddle, it adds a lot of stack. We said it's the deep dish. It's hard to get out of the way. But then again, it's probably, if we're doing a big ride, it sounds like would you be taking this one over yours?
If we were doing a big ride, honestly, right now, saddle versus saddle, I would take Henry's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take your word on that. I think let's go for this one.
Yeah.
Dropper, I think I'm probably
Axis. It has to be.
Is very, very, very nice.
Okay, Henry, we have one final product to talk about, literally one in your case. We swapped our pedals this morning. How is your right pedal feeling?
My right pedal, I mean, they feel largely similar. It's not quite as grippy as whatever it was that came on. I mean, ultimately, it could be a lot worse. I think a lot of modern riding shoes are so good, they can, cover the blind spots of a lot of pedals and just shoot all that grip. But I would like a bigger platform. I think on long pedals, I think the small platform could begin to kind of get a bit of a hot spot, but I do have large feet, it has to be said.
So I, on the other hand, have some pretty meaty boys under my feet. And honestly, that was a huge upgrade for me. The pedals that previously came on this bike were not cutting it on that kind of rougher chatter. I could always feel my feet wanting to dance around. And these solved that problem completely. My feet were locked in. In fact, sometimes when we were dropping in today, I'd kind of put my foot on a little wrong, and you're like, oh, oh no. And it was almost like you're not clipped in, but close enough.
Yes. I mean, if I could split hairs, I'd say those pedals, they do come in the non-titanium axle version. I've ridden those pedals before and they are very good. Noticeably better than cheaper stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm gonna have to ball out on the pedals as well, but not a bad option under your feet either. Lots of options here and a lot of personal preference involved.
And not one Mike Bear in sight.
No, not yet.
Not Mike Bear.
Not yet. They're gonna come back. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We've had a ton of fun swapping all the contact parts today. Next time, we're tackling, oh, I'm so excited. We're tackling suspension. Finally, we're putting on a new fork and a new shock, and you're getting something in as well. I think it's gonna be a massive upgrade either way. Stay tuned, keep on watching, and make sure you subscribe for the next episode of Budget vs. Baller.